नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रष्टाय पुत्रे श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रष्टाय पुत्रे श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वर परमः कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर्गोविंद सर्वकारण कारणम। ओम तत्सत्। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge by which we can directly perceive ourself. Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam. So Bhagavad Gita, we are studying now successfully in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is teaching us very clearly about how to achieve perfection, Siddhi. If we are in this process of performing service to Krishna and attaining Siddhi, if we are not successful, then also there is nothing to lose, because even a little endeavor in this path can protect us from the most dangerous type of fear. Swalpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So we are not going to lose anything. In this material world, in fact, we have not gained anything materially speaking. So we are not going to lose anything also. But spiritually speaking, the gain will be immeasurable. When we give up everything in this material world, then we will gain everything in spiritual world. So that's what we need to understand. Whether we need a place in the spiritual world or in the material world, that's what we need to know. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we need to plan. As I mentioned very clearly, based on the 5th chapter, like Krishna said that the material sense enjoyment is basically dukkha only. Whereas in spiritual sense enjoyment, it is actually sukha. So everything brings miseries, distress in this material world. And how can we bring an end to our suffering? That is only simply surrendering unto Krishna. We have to know all about Krishna. We have to simply surrender unto Krishna. Yoginam api sarvesham matgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam sameyukta tamo mataga. That's what Krishna said. Prayatnatyatamaanastu yogi samruddha kilbishagam aneka janma samsiddhas tato yati param gati. So by making such constant endeavors in every life, prayatnat yatamanastu yogi So what is going to happen is that we will be freed from all sins. Samruddha kilbishaka. Prayatnat yatamanastu yogi samruddha kilbishaka. Aneka janma samsiddhas. With many, many births, when we get the perfection, aneka janma samsiddhas, tato yati param gati. So we'll reach the supreme destination. Tato yati param gati. Aneka janma samsiddhas. For that, we should free ourselves from everything in this material way. Nothing should bother us. Nothing should affect us. That's what we need to understand. In this material world, nothing should affect us. Whatever we have heard in the past, whatever we are going to hear in the future, nothing should affect us. We don't want anything. That's what we need to understand. So then we will be able to go to Goloka. That means Sthita Prajna. So if we achieve that Sthita Prajna status, Shruti Vipratipannate Yatastasyati Nischala Samadau Achala Buddhihi Tada Yogam Avapsyasi. Shruti Vipratipannate Yatastasyati Nischala. So, when we are not affected by what we have heard in the past and what we are going to hear in the future, that's what Shruti Vipratipannate Yatastasyati Nischala. So that is Samadha Achala Buddhis Tada Yogam Avapsasi. So there is Samadha. We need to achieve the Samadhi status. That's what will happen. So that means our Buddhi is not agitated, not disturbed at all. Achala Buddhi. So Achala Buddhi means it is Samadhi status. Our intelligence is not entangled. Our intelligence should be very clear. So Samadha Achala Buddhi. And how we can get that Achala Buddhi, that steady Buddhi? Krishna only has to give it to us. If we don't follow this Bhagavad Gita, if we don't listen to Krishna, then we are not going to have that intelligence. So with intelligence only we can control our senses, control our mind. We need to understand. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are gaining the intelligence, we are understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and we are able to offer everything unto Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us everything we need. And if you know Bhagavad Gita, there is nothing else for us to know. If you understand this Bhagavad Gita fully, there is nothing else there for us to know. That's what we need to understand. So Bhagavad Gita is the king of knowledge, where Krishna is giving us all the knowledge what we need. And the success of every action based on these 5 factors, and if we actually desire what Krishna wants from us, so then our every action is going to be a success. If we think that we are failing in some actions, if we think that we are not getting what we want, so that means we are really not desiring what Krishna wants. That's what we need to understand. We cannot blame Krishna that I want this, you didn't give to me. That's not the right thing to say. If you want something, if you desire something, if that is happening, so that means Krishna also desires the same thing. Krishna also wants the same thing. And something if you want, and if it's not happening, so that means even though if you put a lot of endeavors, even though you put a lot of efforts, but that's not happening, so that means Krishna doesn't want it. That's what we need to understand. Then there is no point in blaming Krishna that whatever we wanted is not happening. But of course, Krishna, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, loves his devotees very much, loves everyone much, but his devotees very much. I am equal to all beings. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Name dvesho asti na priyaga. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. But ye bhajanti thu mam bhaktya mayi te te suchapyaham. But anyone who renders devotional service unto me with devotion lives in me, I live in them. So he is with me, I am with them. That's what. Of course, Krishna is with everyone, but we will be able to realize that Krishna is with us only if we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we render devotional service. In fact, Krishna is considering the person who has the knowledge about him, who has the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is considering that person as his own self. Udaraga sarvaye vaite jnani tvatmaiva me matham asitaha sahi yuktatma mamevanuttamam gathim. Udaraga sarvaye vaite jnani tvatmaiva me matham. So there are four kinds of people who go to Supreme Lord Krishna. Chaturvidaka bhajante mam janaga sukritno arjuna. Four types of people worship Krishna. Artho jignasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarsham. So one who is most distressed, artho, and one who is inquisitive, jignasu, and one who is desirer of wealth, artharthi, and one who is a jnani. That's what a person who has the knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So these are the four types of people. They surrender unto Krishna. They render devotional service unto Krishna. Even though they are all equal, they are all good. Udaraga sarva evaite. But among them, jnani tu atmaiva me matam. I consider the jnani to be my own self. That's why jnani tvatmaiva me matam asitaga sahi yuktatma mamevanuttamam gatim. So he is engaged. Astitaga sahi yuktatma. He is engaged in the devotional service. Astitaga sahi yuktatma mamevanuttamam gatim. And for him, I am the ultimate good. Mamevanuttamam gati. That's what happens with a person who has the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, because he knows, he understands that Krishna is everything. Vasudevam sarvam iti. That's what we need to know. Krishna, Vasudeva is everything. Vasudevam sarvam iti. Samahatma sudurlabha. Such great souls are very rare. That's what we need to understand. Bahunam janmanam te jnanavan mam prabhatyate vasudevam sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabhagam. And for such devotees, when all the sins come to an end, yesam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. So those who have done the punya karma, So Krishna is teaching us that esam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmuktaga bhajante mam dhritavrataha. Esam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dhritavrataha. That what Krishna is teaching us very clearly, that for them, the papa, when the sins comes to an end, antagatam papam. So that's what antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam. Those who have done only the pious activities. So who will do that? Only a person who has got the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only can do that. So yesam tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dhritavrataga. So they, in order to free themselves from the dualities in this material world, so that's what dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dhritavrataga. So they worship me, they render devotional service unto me with great determination. Bhajante mam dhritavrataga. So we have to just worship Krishna and we will understand everything with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And then Krishna is teaching us that Jara Marana Mokshaya Mama Shitya Yadantiye Te Brahma Tadviduhu Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam. Jara Marana Mokshaya Mama Shitya Yadantiye. So Jara Marana. So Jara is old age, Marana is death. So Jara Marana Mokshaya. So to get liberation from old age and death. So Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. So this Jara, Vyadi and Marana, that is Mrityu. They are all there in this material world. This Janma is there. And then Jara, Marana and Vyadi, all those things are there. But in the spiritual world, Janma is there, but there is no old age, and no disease, and no death. So that's what we need to understand, the difference between the material world and the spiritual world. So that's what Krishna is teaching us very clearly, that Jara Marana Mokshaya Mamashitya Yadantiye. So they take shelter unto me and worship me fully. Mamashitya Yadantiye. Te Brahma Tadviduhu Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Chahilam. So they understand who is the Brahman. So they understand about the Supreme Lord, understand about the Golokam. So they will understand everything. Adhyatmam Karma Chahilam. So everything they understand. So Krishna has caused us mercy. So now we are studying in this Bhagavad Gita. So now we are in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in the 18th chapter, we finished 46 slokas. In the sloka number 45, what we studied, Krishna is teaching us that Sve sve karmani abhirataha samsiddhim labate naraha swakarma nirattaga siddhim yatha vindati tachrunu. Sve sve karmani abhirataga samsiddhim labate naraha swakarma nirattaga siddhim yatha vindati tachrunu. So that's what Krishna is teaching us very clearly here, that if we, whatever we are good at it, so sve sve karmani abhirat. So samsiddhim labate naraga. If we just perform, then we will get siddhi, perfection. Samsiddhim labate naraga. Swakarma nirattaga siddhim yada vindadi tachnu. So by performing one's own karma, swakarma nirattagam, so how one will achieve siddhi, you hear from me. Siddhim yata vindadi tachnu. That's what Krishna is teaching us. By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this will be done, how this can be done. That's what we studied in the next slokam. Yataga pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatham swakarmana tamabhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. Yataga pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatham swakarmana tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manavaha. So yataga, by whom? Pravrittir bhutanam, from whom all these living entities have come. Pravrittir, appear. Bhutanam. Yena, by whom all this world, this sarvam idam tatam, everything is pervaded. So if we simply perform our own activities by worshipping him, swakarmana tam abhyarcha, siddhim vindati manavaga. So then we will be able to enjoy siddhi, perfection. Siddhim vindati manavaga. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work. So that's what abhyarcha, by worshipping him, by worshipping Supreme Lord. So if we perform all the activities, so then our own work, so whatever we are good at it, if we just do that, so then we can attain perfection. So that's what siddhim vindati, we can enjoy siddhi. Sheyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanustitat swabhava niyatam karma kurvannapnoti kilbisham. Sheyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanustitat. So Sheyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanustitat. Krishna is now teaching us very clearly here that whatever swabhava we have, it is better to act according to that swabhava. That means whatever we are good at doing, and doing that is better for us. Naturally, by birth, by swabhava, everyone is good at doing something. So whatever we are good at it, we need to just do that. And swabhava niyatam karma. So just by performing based upon our swabhava, we are not going to get any sins. That's what Krishna is saying, that kurvannapnoti kilbisham. In other words, if we are not good at doing something and we want to do that, that is paradharma. We already studied this in the 3rd chapter itself. Sheyan swadharmo vigunaga paradharma swanustitan swadharme nidanam sheyaga paradharmo bhayavakaha. That's what Krishna said. That swadharme nidanam sheyaga. So by performing our own swadharma, even if it is not good, even if it leads to destruction, it's better, because the paradharma, the other dharma, is bhayavakaha. So it is not good for us. It is bhayavakaha. It's very dangerous. That's what Krishna says. It is better to engage in one's own occupation, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept another's occupation and perform it perfectly. Duties prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reactions. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 47th sloka in the 18th chapter. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hina Mataji
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Narela Srinivas Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Navya Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hello.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, thank you very much for your support, Prabhu. Continuous support. And just I want to know two things. One is, who is Vaishnav? Who is called Vaishnav? Hello.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. And another thing is, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is derived from the source of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Can you please explain, Prabhu?
Being a Vaishnava is devotee of Vishnu. That's what Vaishnava. So it's
Okay.
if you're devotee of Vishnu means Krishna. So Krishna is so devotee of Krishna. You call them as Vaishnava.
Okay.
So the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is prescribed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is there in the Shastra, but he gave the mantra to us like this. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave it as Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's saying that Hare Rama, Hare Rama Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gatiranyata. So in this Kali Yuga, so Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. So only Kevalam means only this Hari's name, Krishna's name, Nama only can save us. So kalau nastyeva na astyeva na astyeva gatiranyada. There is no other gati. There is no other way, no other way, no other way than chanting the holy name, the holy name of Lord Hari. So that's what is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So basically, it is Kalishchandrana Upanishad also says that. So that's what from there only this Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, it comes from the Upanishad. And also in Srimad Bhagavatam also it is says that Dhyayato there is Tretayam Yajato Makai and Dwapare Paricharyam Kalaudat Hari Kirtanat. So in the Satyayuga it is Treta, it is like worshipping Vishnu, and then in the Tretayam Yajato Makai. So like that in the Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga Paricharyam. So the temple worship and performing yajna in the Treta Yuga and the temple worship in the Dwapara Yuga, and then in the Kali Yuga is Hari Kirtanat. Kalaudat Hari Kirtanat. So that way this Hare Krishna Mahamantram is very important. And also Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yadantascha Dratavrata Namasyantascha Mam Bhaktya Nityayukta Upasati. So my devotees always engaged in my kirtan. So they are always engaged in worshipping me. So, and Krishna also says that Yajnanam Japa Yajnosmi, of all the Yajnas, I am the Japa Yajna. So that way, this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very scientific. So, since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prescribed this, so we continue to do that. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. Then,
Thank you.
what the once we need to do all the time we need to say Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then, why the specific count is mentioned, Prabhu?
It is in the Shastra, like based on, it's given by, prescribed by the Acharyas. So that's what it's coming. So we have to do that based on the Shastra. So they, in fact, in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, they were doing 64 rounds per day, whereas Srila Prabhupada has given us only 16 rounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 16 rounds
Thank you,
per
Prabhu.
day.
Thank
So
you
this
very
is
much.
coming from the, but there is no strict rule that we have to stick with 16. We can do more, at least 16. So that's what is given, prescribed in the, it's coming from the parampara. It's the parampara sampradaya. It's the sampradaya coming from the parampara. Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Just I
Hare
was
Krishna.
listening to Nitya Sevini Mataji, but you should know the meaning source, why you are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you know the meaning, then you will be able to attach more. So that's the reason, the only source I could ask you, because you have given us such a freedom to ask maybe simple questions. Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. And there is one, Prabhupada has given one lecture on Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So maybe I will try to send that so that you can listen.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
also
thank you,
Google it.
Prabhu.
You will
Thank you
find
very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Vrinda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Brinda Mataji. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna,
much,
Mataji.
Guruji, for nice class.
Thank you,
Happy
Mataji.
Gar Purnima, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Very happy Krishna conscious Gaur Purnima.
Hare Krishna conscious Gar Purnima, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Thank you
Hare
for the class, Guruji. I had to drop off in between to take some calls, and I shall listen to it on YouTube. And happy Gaur Purnima. I was planning to go to ISKCON, Sheshadripuram,
Yes,
to
Mataji.
attend there.
Krishna.
And happy Holi to everyone who's celebrating Holi. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much for the class, Guruji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Interesting session, Guruji. Enjoyed. And today's sloka we have.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji, I was late, and maybe next few classes also, because the second surgery is going to be done in the coming week.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
just pray to Krishna, Guruji, for everything.
Yes, Mataji. Pray to Krishna, all Krishna's mercy, everything will go good. Yes,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Thank
Mataji.
you, Guruji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. In today's sloka, it was discussed, it was said that to do the work as per Swadharma, and not to do the work as per Paradharma. To do the work, even if it is imperfect, in Swadharma is desirable. And to do the work with perfection in Paradharma is not desirable. That is the interesting thing. But if somebody is perfect in another another skill, it is not desirable. It is not easily digestible, but really, I think logically, it might have been said that even if you do the imperfection with imperfection in Swadharma, it is desirable. I think in the long run, the person will become perfect in Swadharma. That might be the motto of that thing. Interesting sloka, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for wonderful class. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna. I think it's Prabhu. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Dhanavad
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Kumba Nandi sir. Happy Holi sir.
Okay,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna conscious, holy Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jyoti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji. Thank you for the class. Thank you for keeping us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji.
Happy Krishna consciousness.
Krishna conscious,
Holy
holy
Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Lakshmi Sridhar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Pranam Guruji.
Pranam Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
By the costless mercy of Hare Krishna, We are studying Bhagavad Gita, the knowledge by which we can directly pursue ourselves. Today in the class, Krishna is telling us how to achieve this perfection in this chapter. When we give up everything in this material world, we are not losing anything, and we gain in spiritual world. That is what we understood. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can plan. This material enjoyment is nothing but distress only, whereas spiritual enjoyment is a real sukha. We have to simply surrender unto Krishna. By our efforts, we have to take many births, we get perfection and reach supreme destination. We should free from everything in this material world. Nothing should affect us. We go to Goloka, achieving Sthita Prajna status. If we don't follow Bhagavad Gita, we can't have intelligence. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we gain intelligence and we understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. By understanding Bhagavad Gita fully, we get all the knowledge, whatever we need. We should know what Krishna wants from us. If we don't get success by our efforts, that means Krishna does not want us. Krishna loves everybody. Krishna loves everybody equally, but he loves his devotees very much. But Krishna likes his devotees very much who render devotional service unto Krishna. There are 4 kinds of people, what Krishna says. One is who worship Krishna. First one, who is worshipping for going away from distress, or out of distress. And the second one, who is inquisitive. And the third one, who is desirous of wealth. And finally, Jnani. Krishna considers out of these, Jnani as his own self. And whereas Jnani is engaged in Krishna's devotional service, understand Krishna is everything. For such devotees, all things will come to an end. Those who have done the punya karma. Only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can be free from dualities. They render devotional service to Krishna with great determination. Krishna says to get liberation from old age, death, and disease in this material world. We get in spiritual world, there is no old age, no disease, no death. Take shelter unto me, then understand about the Supreme Lord. In today's 18th chapter, 46th shloka, Krishna is telling, from whom all these living entities emerge, by whom everything is pervaded. With one's activities, if one worships that Krishna with great determination, then he will achieve perfection. And today's shloka, 47th shloka, Krishna says, whatever your swabhava, you act according to that. And even if it is not perfect, you perform only the swabhava. That is better. By performing as per our swabhava, we won't get any sin. Whereas, so the paradharma, even if you perform with perfection, it is not good. It is bhayavaha. This is an important shloka where the importance of swabhava is given and explained. Very nicely understood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.